Are you afraid of robbing a bank? When you think about robbing a bank, do you just start to feel fear? Do you wake up in the mornings filled with a little bit of anxiety about the thought of robbing a bank? When you walk by a bank or an ATM, do you suddenly get gripped with nausea and discomfort? Is every time you hear about somebody robbing a bank, do you start to think about, oh my gosh, if I did that, I'm scared to do that. I'm so scared to even think about that? No? I didn't think so. You don't really want to rob a bank. If you really wanted to rob a bank, then you'd be feeling that all the time. Because look, man, getting caught's a reality. So why am I talking about this right now? It's not actually about robbing a bank. You don't actually want to rob a bank. Of course you don't. Who gives a shit about that? It doesn't matter. What does matter, though, is the fact that you don't feel fear and that you don't want to rob a bank. Why does that matter? Because if there's anything that you want to do that you're unaware of, then the way that you can start to bring your awareness to it is to recognize that that's the robbing the bank thing for you. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, a lot of people have a sense they want to do something else in their life, but they don't know what it is. They don't know what it is. I can't get clarity. I can't figure out what that thing is that I want. But something they do know, something they are very aware of, is something that's a reoccurring fear, a reoccurring anxiety, a reoccurring nervousness. I wake up in the mornings afraid. Every time I hear the story about that thing, I get a little bit anxious. Every time I think about leaving my job, or every time I think about leaving this relationship, or every time I think about going and starting that business, or that project, or that thing, or doing that thing, or whatever it is, I get nauseous, I get anxious. That's your bank robbery. That's the thing that you actually want to do. If you're feeling fear over and over again for something, now this is going to haunt you. This is going to haunt you. And I'm telling you this because I want to haunt you. I want to annoy you with this. If you are experiencing fear over and over again for something, not only is it something that you want to do, but it's something you're being called to do. There's a part of you that's constantly knocking at your heart saying, hey, come and do this thing. And your brain's like, I'm not even going to pay attention because we don't want awareness here, because the gut down there is like, I don't want to do that. That's scary. Fear, 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 fear. So your heart is being called onto an adventure. And the moment you start to even consider going on that adventure, even if it's outside of awareness, you start to consider it. You come to the threshold for which you cross from the world you know into the world you don't know. And standing at that threshold to scare you away from doing so is a demon. It's the demon of your psyche, the demon of your ego, the demon standing there telling you, do not cross into the unknown world. Do not go places that you don't know. Stay where it's safe, cozy, comfortable. And so you refuse that call to that adventure, and you turn right around, and you go right back to your same situation you were in before, just waiting to walk by another goddamn ATM, to see it, to feel it, to say no, over and over and over again. Your life is some cycle between the world you know and the demon guarding the threshold to the world you don't know, and you just live there being tortured by feeling it over and over and over again, wanting so bad to rob a bank, but never being willing to cross the threshold to do so, metaphorically speaking. So then if you're not really about robbing a bank, if this really isn't about robbing a bank, then what's the mask about? The mask's about the demon, obviously, right? The demon that you're facing. But here's the thing with the demon. It's all inside your head. It's not real. It's not real. You can rationalize, you can think probabilistically how things might happen and this and that, but you don't know what's going to happen in your life. On any occasion, you could walk out your door tomorrow, get struck by lightning, and die. So living your life by the probability that the things aren't going to work out, that's living in slavery to your demon. But it's not real. It's not real.